Our police custody they do 24 hours. How will a lawyer or Nyansa on Jimmy on your Facebook lawyer will go on Facebook and start writing nonsense? Impression be one Kuran team and then Kwasiafobo Ghana say, Udi Bonia, Enisa Bancho. Now they are creating an impression, say, and they'll be do Bonnie or Ghana, Enisa Bancho from this junkie. Sa rapist way, Ghana NIB, only here be and free no. Omo pe engineer so na owo na omo de achi nkofo no di sa abone na no ano no oye MPP ninti. It is political. That is stupid. That is stupid. And I am so disappointed in some of them, like Oliver. Somebody like Oliver. When I came to Ghana to face the Supreme Court, I didn't think I'm bedroom Ghana no. Manka say the court is not powerful and that I'm going to stay home. I came to Ghana. I faced the court. You, Oliver, you were in court. What were you doing that day? You were either coming to defend somebody or defend yourself.
Abusiafo yemo bibia akwaba na yemfombra yem platform we eso Kevin Ekwabadu Taylor wato no boase atitibi de ma MPP for especially Ofosu Nkansah NEP former CEO. In fact, wato no boase atitibi ama papa so mbeka ya then saying okokotena Sompa TV na ochire mu a ose ndisi aban bayi omoton foreign scholarship about 100,000 Ghana cedis plus at the microphone no MPP fo bi no nkura no a ono oye Ofosu Nkansah no onimomu akotobi enye ndisi fo bi momu nso atotobi sansengwe ena John Mahama enye ndisi abanti ena musi no say ye da sansengwe so emboa e wo se ye den ye fa Ofosu Nkansah na okokyere ni nsemu se de si ye ya sa nkofo no omotonton scholarship e de mankofo no ena mo be piki no omo piki na MPP for so mo ntiase ndi adapa atwa ha we ena Kevin Taylor osagefo oba montin so abekyere ni tumi ni powers. In fact yenko na yenkotie Kevin Ekwabadu Taylor ensemo de tu dwade ebi na ensene de animu susu ebebia susu yenkotie Kevin na yekoba de yeka hu bia no mega me de beto aso e platform e so metro so do comment beto na wa like this particular very video na wa share na foforo enye bia esanse we ne sa ebeboa papa afi so mesra wada mesra. So when you subscribe, yeah, this is the best time for you to subscribe to this particular channel. Adaroma, subscribe to your channel. No, it's a hanum there and send you the two on my debate. What I'm what yes, yeah, yen short. Ammonia huntiasi, you be better watching thing. No, ya huntiasi, yen take Kevin, and Koba, you better also a diamond, Yamishra.
But the NPP is centered on the individual, their individual families and what they represent. Dombo fonye, Danko fonye, Buzia fonye, Yenanano ahimfie, when that is the party. So every time they come to power, it becomes a family property. And that is what we don't need to do, because when we allow that to go on, that is what breeds a civil war. So West Study Ghana, every time the MPP is in power, there's a lot of tension. Your chieftaincy issues. There are a lot of tension in the system. There's a lot of religious tension because the party, it's all about individuals and what they believe in. It is not the collective good of the people. So when we share politics, I don't look at it just flat like that. Why should I look at Obiowe MPP Namentino? No, but it's about the ideology, the ideology, what they want to do. And we have seen a little bit of that the last 8 years. We have all been witness of that. We have been witness to all these things. So why should I be here and let this slip? This is in our hand. We should not let it slip. And this year, money CBM. We need a party that will consider the people. The NPP does not consider the people. It considers itself. And there's some mountain stage. It's about where do you belong. It's about me ejina stay there. So ufri hefa. Oh ejina ha osu ufri. Oh where nanabi wafase. Where that is not a party. That is not a political party. There's no ideology. There is no ideology. The party has different direction. And when you look at the NDC, you ask yourself, what does it represent? It represents everybody. It represents everybody. You cannot mention one person and say, this person stands out in the NDC. Where the NDC does not work like that. John Mahama today can offend the NDC and the NDC will throw him out. And that is the power of a political party. But it can never happen in the MPP. Look at what is happening in the MPP. So, Metrana Menoka Ghana Wasama, and you're personal. I am not a kid. I have gone through the mill. I have studied the system. I have also traveled and I understand what tyranny is. I have seen parties that does not care about its people. And the NPP is a typical example of a political party that is self-centered, does not care about the people. It's about them, their tribe, who is leading. But the NDC has always been about the people. Their philosophy, their manifesto, their messaging. That is what we call a political party for the people. So, Mama Yanyama personal. Mama yanka se Kevin tell amwa de menyini chan mewu a me na me nyankopon na ekokasa. I have the right to insult anybody I want to insult. I am a dad, I am a father, I am an uncle. At the point I made my brabo mu no, I don't need anybody to advise me. Nobody. So whatever I do, whatever decision I take, I know the consequences. Yes. Until let us put out this nonsense and look at the reality here. Baumia and MPP no dear or representing the NPP itself, they don't even recognize Baumia. He's not part of the roots. Baumia is a businessman. You and I know Baumia na Nigeria. You could see the greed in the eyes of the wife. You can see it. Baumia has anger issues. He is trying to suppress it. It is not easy. These are people who don't care. Let us get some things right. It is not always about attacking this and attacking that. It is about looking at the possibilities. A few nations in Africa today are able to hold on to their democracy. A few nations. And we are one of them. A few. So let's not underestimate what we have. Let's not underestimate what we have fought for. Let us not allow some greedy people. Most of these guys sitting on TV, most of these boys, Kofi Bentebuni, Paul Ademochimo, their life, they have now come to realize they were supposed to get involved with politics early. A mistake. Now they are trying to reap what they could not get in the past. See, from the beginning, they thought it's a school na no makono, book na brodi bi achro makaino. It was going to make them money. But when they searched through Akufo-Addo's governance and saw the amount of money Samira's brothers made, Samia Wukudem's made, they saw the money Star Boys way they made. It is now making them believe, say, if we get more involved, we will be richer and we'll be billionaires like them. So with them, it's about they realizing now that we were wasting our time. That is why now you are seeing them very, very much active, because right now there's a gap in the MPP. There's a vacuum. There's a hole. They see that when they feel that and we are stupid and give MPP power, their billionaire status will start from there. Because remember, when they were pushing Akufo-Addo into power, they did not understand politics. They did not understand the lucrativeness that came with politics. They didn't know Samia Wuku would be a billionaire overnight. Obi to say, Eugene will be a billionaire overnight. Obi to say, Jefferson Saki, Samia Asansuba. They didn't know. But 8 years now, we lost everything. Let me tell you for a fact. Samson Kujo, he was diagnosed of Parkinson a long while ago, right? It was there. It was the DDEP that triggered it. He knew. He was managing it. Whatever triggered it was the DDEP. You know why? Because his savings was swallowed. And let me tell you, that shock you get when you get to know that whatever you have worked for, all your savings is swallowed because of bad governance. And until at the point, you people were all fighting Franklin Kujo. Franklin Kujo was fighting for his life. There was nothing left for him to hold on to. A government comes into power, whatever he saved was taken away because of bad policies. So sometimes you need to understand people when they are making decisions, when they are speaking on issues. Just don't follow. Sit back and look at this person and say, where is he coming from? If you today we a gap in the MPP. He does not have money. He thinks, the more he gets into MPP politics, a majority of the MPP people are illiterate and not smart. And Bawumia, by some reason, ye Jimmy Amamu power. Do you know what he will get? Money. That is what Esankoma did. And Esankoma's wife, MPP Ba Power, do you know the position they gave his wife? Did you ever see Esankoma sit on radio again after MPP came to power? No. Because the cash cow account was opened. And that is what they are doing now. Zato, 88 mninano, onim se MPP Ba Power, wachira dia all his life. Ka membe tomato ontumi to. Young men or more university, ka membe tomato zato ontumi to. The kids that he is lecturing, the investment those kids can make, he can't make it. He has seen that this is the only opportunity that he can also call himself a billionaire before he dies. That is why he's screaming on TV. It is about selfish interest. It's about what they will get. Most of them, most of them 40 years or 45 or 50 years of their life, they wasted it. They didn't make any money. They are now finding a way. Now they look at Mustafa Hamid. Mustafa Hamid has billions stored. Billions stored. So these people look at them and they ask themselves, say, how did these young people, we have been around the block for years. Can't even boast of this, but these young people. So that's why they are all tilting towards politics. Serious politics. Into Mamika Bincho, the damage the MPP did to people. DDEP, I don't know, affected Franklin Kujo. He knew he had Parkinson. He was managing it. But being a trigger, you cannot do what? You cannot contain it. And it was DDEP that did that. It hurt people. It killed people. Don't underestimate the MPP. Only a dangerous political party. And today they laugh about those things. They want us to forget.
Dr. Samuel Amakwe.
Dr. Samuel Amakwe. And how old are you?
I'm 81 years old.
You're 81 years old. Medical doctor?
Medical. I was a medical practitioner, private medical practitioner, and retired in 2017.
Retired in 2017. And you decided to invest?
Yes, because I know I had a kidney problem, and it's already at the end, and it will come it will come tomorrow, any time. You are invested for it. That's why I bought bond, and now it's about to it's maturing in September 2023, and I need this money to look after myself. So actually, I want exemption because I can't participate in this. And wait, I'm 81. How can I wait for 5 years more? I can't.
Asking one thing, what's the message to the finance minister?
That means he should think twice. And the example is because now he's punishing us. He's punishing us. He's killing us softly. Dr. Samuel Amakwe.
Dr. Samuel Amakwe. And how old are you?
I'm 81 years old.
You're 81 years old. Medical doctor?
Medical. I was a medical practitioner, private medical practitioner, and retired in 2017.
Retired in 2017. And you decided to invest?
Yes, because I know I had a kidney problem, and it's already at the end, and it will come it will come tomorrow, any time. You are invested for it. That's why I bought bond, and now it's about to it's maturing in September 2023, and I need this money to look after myself. So actually, I want exemption because I can't participate in this. And wait, I'm 81. How can I wait for 5 years more? I can't.
Asking one thing, what's the message to the finance minister?
That means he should think twice. And the example is because now he's punishing us. He's punishing us. He's killing us softly.
This is the reality. Are they talking about it? No. Kofi Benton, they don't care about these things. They are chasing money. They think you are stupid. You forget this. An 81-year-old man, Waye Juma. Ekufuor today is enjoying. For all you know, this man is dead. With all due respect to his family, maybe he's not. For all you know, the likes of your Wemu no Mutia crowd, Wempo ya crowd for Sebio, Wempo domo ya crowd for no more Mutifanko Bane. Omo me pensioner for Mutimi Kroma Yeldo, Mima Mikrom Denu. Oma na Omutu Faka Amban crying. Oma Muti baby a light ni, Omuni baby ampo internet connection, Omonya deng. We sit in the country and you think this is a joke? And these people, NPP4, they don't see anything wrong with this. They think, say, and they enter Coco for Kantians and for Mombra power. And Sebio is only one tier for Mombra power. That's how they think with it. I'm just saying Jimmy. But Omia is walking around the nation to social media. He cannot even for once apologize to these old people. So the Kofi Bentils, the Paul Adumochiris, and those people you see on TV, they have wasted their life, about 45 to 50 years of their life. Afino Mupeska. They told us, Occupy Ghana. Kofi Bentil said, on the Occupy Ghana. Do you know Occupy Ghana? Occupy Ghana had the whole demonstration. What were they doing? They were demonstrating to make sure John Mahama was out of power. But someone said, Occupy Ghana, not almost reason the same. No more light new hot, na juma ni hot, na insuo ni hot. Time Ekufuor about power 8 years. Did they go back on the street? No. Majority of them Kofi Kapito Kwasiampe, you got a position. Ewa, he got PMMC. We got a lot of all these people getting position. Did they think about you again? No. The party is about interest. The NPP, that's what they do. This is Kofi Bento telling you, say, on the T, Occupy Ghana.
This is the fact for the record. I formed what is now Occupy Ghana.
You, Kofi Bento, you formed Occupy Ghana.
I formed what is now Occupy Ghana.
And not Ace and Kuma, as many have been led to believe.
No. Ace and Kuma, in fact, Ace and Kuma joined after. Ace and Kuma joined several meetings after. Some of the leading members now joined a number of meetings after it had been formed. We did the Occupy Flagstaff House demonstration. It was organized by lawyer Nana Akwesi-Ewa and his friends called CGRG, Concerned Ghanaians for Responsible Governance. It was those young men, Nana Akwesi-Ewa, Rodney, people like Ajiman Bedu, Nana Sapong, and a couple of other people, very young people. They called me some days before the demonstration, and Nana Akwesi, for instance, I used to work in the same law firm with him. He said, "Oh, Mr. Bento, please join us." I gave him a thought.
He ordinary Occupy Ghana. Or see, Esankuma Kuroba later. Kwesi-Ewa, that boy na yɛde nkɔ hyɛ PMMC na n'anim sɛ dɔkono a yɛtia so no saa kwasia no ɔmo na ɔmo yɛ Occupy Flagstaff House ɛna ɛyɛ Kofi Bento mo Occupy Ghana. What was their reason? Ɔmo main aim ne saying was to attack John Mahama in 2014, 15, 16. They have hurt people. NPP ɔmo ha nipa. This man is dead all because of NPP. This man, he's dead.
I'm a pensioner. And all my money, I must confess, I know I'm on air. The money that I saved to take care of my pension time has been taken over by the banking cleanup. So I don't have my money to support such a wonderful book. And if I tell how much that I saved for over 30 years to take care of my position now, you weep for me. And I get nervous. How at my age to picket as Minister of Finance? Because the legitimate money that I made has been taken over and I'm not being paid. Meanwhile, it's gone to Parliament within the budget that they are paying us. They have been paid. About 800 of my people have died. Others have got stroke. And when we meet, we see a lot of our people in wheelchairs. That's what the government wants us to be. That's what you want me to be. My right hand side of my mind told me that save, continue to save towards the future. Now, I cannot even afford 1,000 cedis to buy this wonderful book.
That is pain. Wherever this man is, that is pain. He could have lived for a longer time. They killed him. The NPP, Bawumia, they killed this man. They lied to him. They took what belonged to him from him. And they didn't care. We want you people to understand. Why were they 58? Why were they 57? And Chobeko pension. When power is taken away from the NDC, you are done. Have you heard Bawumia apologize to anybody in Ghana? Yet now Kromha, Nana the Danko Kufuado Osha pensioners and him, those people who were the same as his age, almost the age the same, Ekufuado told them there was not going to be any haircut. Nana the Danko Kufuado looked in their faces.
I also want to assure all Ghanaians that no individual or institutional investor, including pension funds, in government treasury bills or instruments, will lose their money as a result of our ongoing IMF negotiations. There will be no haircuts. Negotiations. There will be no haircuts. So I urge all of you to ignore the false rumors. There will be no haircuts. So I urge all of you to ignore the false rumors. I also want to assure all Ghanaians that no individual or institutional investor, including pension funds, in government treasury bills or instruments, will lose their money as a result of our ongoing IMF negotiations. There will be no haircuts. So I urge all of you to ignore the false rumors. I also want to assure all Ghanaians that no individual or institutional investor, including pension funds, in government treasury bills or instruments, will lose their money as a result of our ongoing IMF negotiations. There will be no haircuts. So I urge all of you to ignore the false rumors. There will be no haircuts. There will be no haircuts. So I urge all of you to ignore the false rumors. I also want to assure
the haircut killed this man. A president, a party, this is the president of the republic, Ekufuado. Your word, it shouldn't be taken lightly. Ekufuado Jina Ghana for him, like this man, Mr. Michael Ado, Ejekum Ado, or Shade, and you just say, we will not take your money. There will be no haircut. Your cent, your cedi, your teku will never be taken away from you. Nana the Danko Ekufuado lied to people like this. Or Shade, no trying to. He did not care. Bawumia was there laughing. On the Nehire was changing and Tuma can see $100,000 on Tuma. They didn't care. This man is gone. He was a breadwinner. This was a man millions and thousands of people admired. This man was killed all because he lost everything. And I want people to forget about this. And I want to treat this as a normal thing. And you want me to just sit here and make it look like BBNC? No. That is the party. That is Bawumia. That is what I am telling you. And then I may drive your mind too. And your personal, it's saving you from disaster. We a teacher, we a police, we a soldier, we a government worker, even a private investor. Now, why you say, who ever call retirement? Who seek as say, other man buy no. So why you say, I buy way best, am I buying for back, which is MPP? They will repeat the same thing. I dare go for ye, and you be the Kufuor be. J.A. Kufuor, one best toilet. J.A. Kufuor, one betam Ghana gold. Anko abrocha anko na nyame to the comb. Kufuor the eka de. Anko gold in anko tamko Jersey Shores. A dear Kufuor ye Kufuor do anebi. All the negative things and the bad things Kufuor de. Kufuor buy or the hipic or Safuma for koje contract was saloon. J.A. Kufuor Oba Ghana. Nyoma Kufuor be ye Ghana at 50. There was a forensic audit. One Kojom Pieni, Reku Brobe. They stole our money. Kufuor that jail. Do you know the damage they did? The same actors with Kufuor joined Ekufuor in 2016-17. They were the same people who came. And what did they do? For 8 years, see the damage they did to us. This is not a joke. We cannot allow the same record to be playing all the time. I was here started journey. We are supposed to stop this old record of MPP coming back. They created a japadia, yeah, careless and kayako. And gold is saving our economy. Gold is saving the economy. A few months ago, Nagabio Chedakon, Bedie Tuo, Oforia Tenekufuado, they were forcing a japadia on our necks. Yeah, Bibiano say a japadia na. They even forced the former special prosecutor say unforcing show document say a japadia here. These are the people, and Bawumia sat through all these things. The NPP never change, and then they will change their name, they will change whatever, but they are still the same people.
The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir. The nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with. And they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. We will ride and override any obstacle as we did in the past.
So let's be very focused as a people. What I'm doing today, this editorial wasn't part of today's show. I still have today's show lined up here. All the things I'm showing, it is on a live production. It is live production. As I speak, my team start to send me the videos, they start to send me the materials. A live production. This thing we just did for an hour and a half, it wasn't part of today's production, but it was because we've been a trigger. What I just did for the past 1 hour or 1.5 hours, it wasn't my production today. This wasn't part of the production. Whatever you are seeing, let me show you. Whatever you are seeing, my team send it on a system, send it through my phone. I can show you. This is what my team, they were sending me as I speak. All the things you are watching, this is my team. You get it? It wasn't like Yatna plan BB say. No, it is because what we do here. It's because what we do here, we know what we are doing. We are not stupid. We understand what is happening. We want you to know MPP no. Now we have not really started working. You're starting your campaign Juma. Debi am catch Ghana for me catch MPP for say. And Asama AC, Mr. P, Mr. S, let's go straight and jump into the matter. Here, my mentor Adebi. What makes NPP a dangerous political party? I catch MPP for the communicators and all those people. Mamaka ibn Chiramo. Say, Ope say, Bawumia winning power. Only one thing that can bring Bawumia to power in the next 41 years. No kre. The only thing that to me John Mahama about power, no some no kra oka, any yen no kra the back, you know. That is the only thing. It is a wide junior will say 2026. What the atro and the baby power you lie bad. Met me akatamini 8 months me show. Maybe one day I'll dismantle everything you have done. Mamen can be bincha mo MPP for. Some junior must say atro any science and some number you power. Then the next 41 years no mumba power da. Me say some the atro na eba jandam na modia no. Met me akatamini 8 months me show. The day I'll come on air, I will dismantle everything because it is easy to destroy atro. Here, dear, look at this. You see this story. This story was posted 2024. Sa story way. It was during Ekufuado's era. October 20th, 2024. Ena obia your friend of Citizen K a posti sa a story way. It was a school feeding. En kwan basa bia omu ye edema ankwara. It is showing there, you can see it. 20th October 2024. This video made it show screenshot it show we 2024 October. And obi posti ye omoko recording school feeding and they kufuado. So as we sit here, there's an old video. Yedimsa under MPP, but Womiane kufuado na same we see. Now look at what they are doing. Here, Awa Mohammed. This is MPP communicator Kasama Baumia. Wakofa video nende and wabe posti. And watch then. This is in the Ashanti region. Tag the TikToker minister for me. How did we get here? Wakofa the same video that was posted in 2024. Wabe posti video no. And there catch Ghana for say this is a current video. This is the same Awa Muhammad Okash say Shatawale fans are junkies. This is how they do their politics. This thing was posted in 2024 October 20th. And they kufuado anda Baomia and yenyina share video way. Na eduane a omon fama nkora no omon fama nkora mo yankwase eduane. There's a video and yenyina share in 2024 and they 2026 February 11th, right? I hope I got the date right. And then 2026 February 11th. Now, wakofa sa same video no. And the way caption or catch MPP ni Ghana for say Monshe DAC. Adewe and then Obetra say yes, where Awal Muhammad and then they post you. And this is the same Awal Muhammad now OTTV so Ekas Shatawale fans junkies.
He's in custody.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you getting it?
And the process has started.
No, has he been released?
Oh.
Is it no more than 3 weeks?
Take your time.
Why are you not talking about Abu Trigger?
Why are you also not talking about Shatawale?
What happened to Shatawale?
When they arrested Shatawale, they gave that stringent bail conditions. When the junkies got there, what happened?
Which junkies
they had to be removed.
What happened to Shatawale?
When they arrested Shatawale, they gave that stringent bail conditions. When the junkies got there, what happened?
Which
they
junkies
they had to be removed.
That is how Baumia on politics. So that is the MPP. Omo Bugana for some Jimmy. These are two different. This Mama Cho. Say you sit in Ghana and a party that wants power, and this is a party that wants power. This is what they are doing. Baumia's communicators, this is what they are doing. And Yakochino, Niaka say you are misinforming the public. But Adri Biba sorry say his rights. Ukochini Sisia say, hey, what you are doing, you are trying to malign the government because it is not true. This picture you are showing is a 2024 picture, and you are painting a picture, misinforming Ghanaians and disinforming Ghanaians, and then come and help and or assist in investigations. Kwasieba betina radio say, oh yeah, Facebook lawyer. Abetina Facebook akan kwasia some his right is being infringed, and that the government is being Kovibento kwasiampe ba church onyoma. We know you are being a tyrant. Change from the past. Kwasiafo. And this is what they do. They don't change. That is how they operate. And it's not they be a TV swa. And you say it is because when I leave any gap, say me jai gap kitwe bituo, say me jai space be kakre bituo, en kwasiafo ebe mu damage. En kwasiafo ebe mu damage. And the senior high schools, the storekeepers are refusing the food because they have too much food. Senior high schools food supply, and the school keepers say the is too much. We have too much food. We have too much in stock. Go to the schools and ask. Schools not rejected. Almost say they have too much food. There's too much food. They can't even store their own. That is what is happening. And this is politics for you. Wait. Kwasiampenyi we. Ni hu fin we. a very dirty guy, a dirty liar. Adiabechi join news be friend no multimedia. Namo TV namo friend kwasiafo we TV so. No credibility. Into okan semina on apologize say on retract it. Na kwasiafo we gugu TV so. Aden ayenye nyansafo mo montina TV so biem. Right now we don't have intelligent people we can call. Now, TV, why should I call somebody who misinforms and disinforms Ghanaians to sit on TV? Now, who hosts and wage me? Who produce and wage me? That TV, don't you have a brand? Don't you have anything to protect? Or say a fraud brand away because the picture he posted, he's trying to tell Ghana for say, Abana Jessica and Abana is not feeding the kids well. So me and my education minister, I will let them arrest him. And then he should come and prove where he saw this particular video. School band who say they were feeding the kids this food into unassisted India in investigations. Wait 6 months, 7 years, 8 years, no them. He needs to be picked up. Because you see, the message now they have trouble I could be team say abandoning feeding Korano, but it is not true. This is pure misinformation and disinformation. So I didn't kwasia we didn't better TV say on discussing Ghana some abra every minute he gets he starts to lie, he starts to malign, he starts to put out fake news. Why should we allow this to happen? Why is the media allowing this to happen? Why are we allowing our media houses to be used as some platform where people can misinform and disinform? Why should we allow this to happen? Now, let's come to today's matter. Kofi Ofosu Nkansah. About saying 11, 15 or 13 in Ghana. Monkoda. Now, this issue, Abaya issue be a discuss or Ghana, Obia Kasa. And I've seen so many Facebook lawyers, so-called intellectuals, Jimmy. Now, former NAPE CEO and rapist Kofi Ofosu Nkansah formally charged with publishing false news by NIB, scheduled to appear in court on Thursday, February 12. I don't know whether the court case is going to go on or not, but the main reason here discussing ourselves with the say Kofi Ofosu Nkansah or say Obia or Ghana. Sebi owo we MPP ni a wonko ka sembi a enya nokre obi abechew. Oye MPP ni oye Ghana ni te seme. Sa wonko ka sembi a enya nokre o social media. Enko bie wanon ka sembi o Facebook, e wo radio so, any TV so a. Adenti na MPP communicators nyina ye nche omo. Ask yourself that question. The issue is simple. You cannot lie and go scot-free. And let me say this to young people now more Ghana, especially Bawumia communicators. No, mameka bin chiramu. Ana wa na ko video biaba. Sami je mfika away. Adana we ka away. Adana we ka away. Me say, e wo me, any e wo yen. They are two different things. So obi ka bibi some time back. The way the person framed it, maybe the way you will frame the matter today is different. In your head, asime si ye. Intimisuma ye bino. Sebio obia will be a fear of freem. Kofi Ofosu Nkansah kwatena radio so. And I'll catch the Ghana for say. Our evidence. On one party mumma. Any day, any this ya buying we bass no. Nipa almost 100,000 dia just scholarship. The host of the show Busan say, "Oh, njina so your friend say bra nebe yi anoa obeba or say yes." Into kwasia beneti Ghana or say oye lawyer or say this boy's rights has been trampled upon. And when a car or Ghana say every arrest needs a warrant, when a car says no. Who in Ghana educated some fools to tell them say arrest to be our Ghana needs a warrant? Why the car has to be this guy, what radio so what TV so I'm misinforming Ghana. Was selling news on engine so. In the first place, NIB Fonka say Kofi Ofosu Nkansah brani mbunkum say bra. Never boye na yankoye investigations. Ghana brano so chere say police cannot detain you over 48 hours or 72 hours. Inti say our police custody then do 24 hours. How will a lawyer Onimi Nkansah on Jimmy on your Facebook lawyer will go on Facebook and start writing nonsense? And who said say when people commit crimes are buying the right to arrest people who do things that is wrong? The government of the day should not should not ever think of allowing fake news peddlers to walk free. The problem we have in Ghana today, there are some group of men and women on social media, almost some lawyers, and they are blogger lawyers. Without controversy in the system, they are nobody. And they pounce on this kind of nonsense to become relevant. They are the people who are creating impression bi won kran tim and in kwasiafo bi Ghana say udi bonia enisa abancho. Now they are creating an impression say and they will be do boni o Ghana enisa abancho no. Masa. So udi san kwasiafo na chi wo social media. San kwasiafo no mo chocho san nyoma no, and then the government is being unpopular. Why has this boy been arrested? Me say udi san kofo na chi ubedem. Ofosu Ofosu Nkansah wanko bien na no anka sa asem no se o wongyina so a anko bi befre no kwasiampe na nim nyanya se buntuo we yarefo we se anko wanko gina radio so anka nkyere eye Ghana fo nyina se o wongyina so eye ngyina so na Ghana ban ebusa no eye ngyina so na police fo obusa no eye ngyina so na NIB fo obusa no. They don't need anything from this junkie. Sa rapist we Ghana NIB omo hia bibi amfiri no ho omo pe engineer so na owo no na omo de achi nkofo no di sa abone na no ano no. So mo gu Facebook sa certificateless bloggers na mo lawyers na mo gu Facebook na mo na nkasa no your record say yakasi e bomo record anka kuro bia so anka so mu dem na eje mo license free mu nsem. Most of you guys, and I'm so disappointed in some of them. You see, we should not create this culture of making young people think that they can get away with murder. We should not create this culture to make some young people in politics think, say, because their party is in opposition, they are untouchable. They can fool themselves, lie, malign, fake news, throw misinformation out there and walk free. No, we should not create that impression. It is a say, Obidi Boni one day Ghana, no MPP niya, because or your MPP ninti, it is political. That is stupid. That is stupid. And I am so disappointed in some of them, like Oliver. Somebody like Oliver, when I came to Ghana to face the Supreme Court, I didn't think I'm be Ghana, no. Man can say the court is not powerful and that I'm going to stay home. I came to Ghana, I faced the court. You, Oliver, you were in court. What were you doing that day? You were either coming to defend somebody or defend yourself. Why didn't I say, because I was being spoken at, because people didn't like me, so I'll come to Ghana and not respect the court. I came to court because I understood, say, Oliver, in any serious country, two police for key to train and also go jail near your license if you know it. If you had done that in the UK and come over your licensing, Quebec dispow, Quebec child licensing, near say jail, you know that. So when you sit on social media and make it look like everybody who is committing a crime has a right and that they are not supposed to be arrested, what are you trying to preach out there? I don't blame them. Baby, freedom no esino, e hono obi de e den estati. So in the first place, we should not create that impression. All because Yako Law School Binti, we will sit on social media and pollute the young people. I feel like you people are hurting the young people more than helping them. You are supposed to be telling the young people, as much as you have the right, you are not supposed to misinform. As much as you have the right, you are not supposed to disinform. As much as you have your right, the law says you cannot stay in custody for over 24 hours. Within that 24 hours, anything can happen to you. Within that 48 hours, anything can happen to you. So if you want to avoid that thing, do not even do this, because you have more options. Don't misinform, don't disinform, don't lie, and you walk free. So why do you choose that path? It is not like Wotowoto NPP Ofosu Nkansah, yeah, man, a lawyer. He had his lawyer present. So why don't you allow the process? It's a lawyer in him, dear. He will get Wotowoto NPP Ofosu Nkansah out. It's a lawyer, no? Onime Juma, na se o intelligenta, na onim de oya. He will get Wotowoto NPP Ofosu Nkansah out. It is not your job to come and sit on social media to make it look like say obi ku obi. No, you don't do that as a lawyer. But you people, when you go to the UK and the US, you don't do that on social media. There are so many cases, you were not bold enough to do that because you know that your lines in Sinai, they can take it from you. There are so many things you people get away with in Ghana, all because we have allowed some of you to infiltrate and instill something in the head of some young people. Emra. This boy, Ekrobian also Dembe 7 years. This guy, any serious country, I will say Odem by 7 years. It's Oliver. You have enough bad record. I know how passionate you are about Ghana, but you are doing more damage to the young people. It is your responsibility to educate them that there are laws, but a wise citizen does not deliberately fall in the law. We try to avoid the law because we know, even though law in the way, that is what we need to instill in the people's head. That because you have the liberty to write, to say something, to go out and speak, you need to know your limits. And that is what lawyers, counsels are supposed to be preaching. But you don't sit on social media and make that young man no diba umiechina o chatro o kan something called for no na embrani dia or say his right is supposed to be protected. Release him to where? Then nobody should be arrested in Ghana. Until we should allow people to do what they are doing. Into obinya obibida. It has not, you have not been a corporate. So if people think it's social media as usual, it is writing things as usual. This guy needs to be in jail for about 4 years. This guy said, if we are trying to sanitize the system, say yes, Ghana, na amount for beji imranidi, ever respect Mrano, no mu say, omo limit, o can sama, also nyanjinaswa. This guy is supposed to be in jail for about 3 years. Yes. Into debia your body diano be a kai. Debia body diano be a kai. Debia obi baby bios, hey, Kofi Ofosu Nkansah or demo. Debia baby bios, hey, okay, Kofi Ofosu Nkansah. We need to use him as a scapegoat. He needs to go in for like 3 years. He needs to stay in there. Send your better young people, Ghanaians, the youth, they will understand and say, so the politician they cheat now petumia. All that you need to do is to use the truth. And that is all. And if we try to make it look like Obi Kodinko Asesama, or see about social media, near Betronyama and the likes of Kofi Bento. I saw some write-ups today. But so we Kofi Bento saying how to fear no people we need to protect the person's rights. And it's not just somebody shooting your wife in the head. When people say things on social media, on radio, it is the same. It is potent like the same way because you don't know the implications, the rippling effects. So it's not only somebody pulling a gun. It is a Kofi Bento now, because Kofi Ofosu Nkansah, ako transfer to Nipaso, ako kansam, because of politics, because today you are licking the butt of Baumia and Samira. Watch your Katram and Samira near no Jimmy. You think you can just go write things? Oh, this is happening. Why is that? The man has to face the consequences. The advice I'll give to this government is that anybody, me, number time platform so I make sure I did be a make a no me win so. So what follow me for a long time, menye bosremu ka ade a meni ngina so menka. So what study me production every single thing I do, my production, I have basis, I have evidence. Say in the court of Fremia, I can defend myself. Anything I can Japan bar court, I was able to provide evidence to every single thing I said. It's why I'm working here. I also understand the consequences out there. I just don't sit here and speak. No, minimum the consequences, minimum the problem. So I don't do it. We need to educate the young people. Send out Kasama Baumia or TikToker. You can go to jail if you don't say the right thing. So Kasama Baumia or Facebooker. You can go to jail. It doesn't matter where you are. You better match what to me. Yeah? Facebook, more fire. We are with you. We are with you. They don't care. Kofi Ofosu Nkansah one na ju onim de ofem. Ona nakoma body bri. Onye comfortable in life biem. From ende kopim so bewu. Onye free man biem. His life has taken a different turn. He's never going to be happy again. So Yarebi on one, I feel never pick it up because of the deliberate mistake he made. This is a deliberate mistake. Or said that?
It didn't happen.
Sure.
Sanya and Dr. Baumia say on BBC into the digitization. And no need delegates Akasa imagine to know. I will not be a hypocrite to pretend say because this is over a crime in mobile or foreign scholarship.
Foreign scholarship.
Oh yes.
I'm talking about it. Please. Foreign scholarship.
Oh, Nipano
Otone saying.
I mean, the exact amount.
Now, foreign scholarship.
No.
Please. Foreign scholarship. Your tongue.
Now, security service in Abuja tongue. Like a Juman.
Exactly. Sure. And you know, you can't just make these allegations of foreign scholarship. And you know what I'm saying?
Over 100,000. I'm telling you.
Over 100,000.
Oh yes. I can't give you because I can't give you
foreign scholarship.
I'm telling you.
Or told over 100.
NPP for Toby Quabri, Ecos is here.
NPP. I'm
telling you. Yes, in
really?
these things, you cannot get 100% system. We cannot pretend to be a... Yes.
Allow me. Oh, why? Kofi, I want you to look straight into my eyes.
Yes.
Let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation.
Yes, Prof.
But oh, Roger, please don't disrupt me. With the greatest respect.
Prof.
Yeah.
May catch say whether MPP or NDC, some of these excesses happen. We cannot pretend and fake say it doesn't happen. We have no mobile security recruitment.
But that's serious. That's serious allegation you have made. You have made.
I mean, on my head, that Martin Americano. Mean to me, my security service because they're not important.
No, but on the
you can be sure
on the foreign scholarship
yes,
now.
I'm telling you, say minimum people phobia or Montobia is so more rich.
I'm
telling you.
And I'll trade on.
I'm not sure. Say a one I say get. I think say a one I say get fund.
Oh,
but yaton say a GMPC, say a scholarship secretariat, say a get fund, almost foreign scholarship. Ah, nipa na to or the kwa o UK. I'm telling you this on authority.
And you know, if you are telling me this on authority,
yes,
then it means that when you are called, you can prove.
Of course, but one say a bit when I say nipa chrono. Or no he may not be ready for his or her name to be put out.
So it's an allegation. It's an allegation.
Of course. Because in your behind
if you are telling me this on authority,
yes,
then it means that when you are called, you can prove.
Of course, but one
if you are telling me this on authority,
yes,
then it means that when you are called, you can prove.
Of course, but
if you are telling me this on authority,
yes,
then it means that when you are called, you can prove.
Of course, but one
if you are telling me this on authority,
yes,
then it means that when you are called, you can prove.
Of course, but one
it's a straight question and I'm a straight answer. Of course, the rest does not matter. Of course, it's a definite answer. Or see, the okay. Your frau sebe yanwa ubetime pruvi, and I'll say of course whatever you say after of course does not matter because that one there it is up to the security agencies to deal with it. But you said of course. Now of course there's a bra. Na bra betchre na be boy any investigations are. Now what buy na you say one some na akademu ya wirem e wo say e ko search wo fia wo say yanti bi da. So you get a fool like Kofi Bento who is licking the dirty ass of Samira, come on social media to say, Kofi Ofosu Nkansah's unlawful incarceration will feature in the next election. See stupidity. And Kobina Bo who yiritrimu tuwa. And Nankasa nipa no, ya catch and say, our right. Ne lawyer betuma baba yiri, o yiri, ni nipa refri court, a police station, and when you say it will affect the next election. Muna mommy use words there use no. So who Kofi Bento, if tonight somebody jumps your wall and shoots your wife in the head, that's a police of what channel. Nani panel lawyer Bejina TV say, oh, you know, he's also a Ghanaian. He has the right. We need a warrant. Because some contractor say it will feature in the next election. Yeah, You write this nonsense. Now, Debianam say you could also be at the receiving end. He goes on to say this: no one likes bullies and bullying. Even Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown when he became a bully. See the nonsense. What has Kwame Nkrumah's issue got to do with Kofi Ofosu Nkansah? These are the people sitting on our TV stations and radio stations. Now, Kwasiebiti, I sorry say, my sorry remember ni, me papa ni. Sa u Kofi Bento. And then agree, a Kronfoshia wo yire, or China, Monday, wo yiri kwa juma, na Kronfoshia no mo attack no mo body timu tuo, na adia bechi ye che Kronfo no, na Kronfo no beka kire Ghana for say, me lawyer nie, me war writer, na obi beka say yes, the armed robbers unlawful incarceration, me hu de obeka. I will wait and hear what you say. If you are sitting there, bibi besi. Mojin say, Obie Jimmy, yet say, when it is politics, nobody matters. When it is Baomia, when it is Samira, na Samira nigu onumunti, and Kwasiakeka, Ubie wanona okasa tantan. Me say, I am waiting. One day you become the victim. One day you will become the victim, and I will wait and see you right to say that thing will feature in the next elections. We are here. Kofi Bento, I am going to remind you this again. Me say, one day you will be the victim. The way today Kofi Ofosu Nkansah is maligning people and is being called to answer and assist in investigations. Oka say his detention or incarceration is unlawful and that it will feature in the next election. Maybe your wife, somebody going after your wife, your children, killing your wife or murdering your child. One day, say etuwa, then you come and tell us, say it is unlawful to detain that person who will murder your wife, that person who will go after your children, and you will tell us say it will feature in the next election. We are here. Let's pray it never happens, because these are the kind of things you people are protecting. Sankwa says somewhere na mu protect Ghana. Now, mema musion si. Mema bonin tu obia na brebre na bonet to brebre na obi tu also brebre na obi wo sekan wo yire sekan. I hope it never happens. I hope you never find yourself in a way obeka say obi na odi bonin beka say I have my rights, nobody can pick me up. They will need me see bompa say bibi santo, because ada bibi sa abeto no nipa na obewo wo sekan na obewo yire sekan no mama ni nsi no sa nipa na beka cho say or the rights, and that nobody should arrest him because or say the panel de ba or say or the warrant ba. Then I will hear or see what you will write. We are Okroma. You people think you can defend anything. Oh, everything should be politics. We should politicize everything. Yes, say Nkofo, yes, say Maya, because it is about Baumiano. We should politicize everything. We have put a pin in this. We will come back to it. If you are sitting from until that, now yen na yam paye say bibi san tuo bia. Now the day you find yourself in that position, you better the obetro. Now we have done 3 hours 3 minutes, but we have something to do into yen we. Now you see the story. GRA. Last week, Abuso came for Samoa, and I want to say this to you people. Let us all be honest here with ourselves or with each other. For a very long time, I think, say, Ghana, Yama Abuso came for we or spare parts dealers, too much control. And it's not just under this NDC government, previous governments. I think, say, ye create adebia beto Ghana ma amanphobia who are in the spare parts business, who are making millions out of us, they have decided, say, because yamomo sa room, they want to run us over. And it's about time, sa de na edi show munsem ni ebeje from munsem. One, they are abusing it, and two, they don't also want to do their part as businessmen in Ghana. So open call for more Ghana or more abuse tax system the power spare parts dealers, especially Abusio kind dealers. In Ghana, open in call for a group of people in Ghana, almost some your business or more abuse the tax system power Ghana or mutiminyam faswo at the detriment of Yen Ghana for omo abuse tax system na omo ntua a lot of taxes are spare parts dealers. You see, when it comes to spare parts dealers in Ghana, they only make noise when they bring their things to the port. The moment they move their things from the port, they don't make noise. So what's steady spare parts dealers? Abuso kind for one more did spare parts, especially Abuso kind for. The only time you hear them making noise is Omukotonyo manu wa bruchire. Remember, sika omunya no Ghana, omuye business no. Sika no omunya no, ene no mutumi tisana $1. Sisi $1 ne wo form no, omutumi sisa sika enough. Ene kwa bruchire kotonyo ma dodo. Omu bedru Ghana port pe ena otis omuye dede. The moment ombe yin your money free port no, they don't talk again. And this has continued for a long time. Ama ye jai a spare parts dealers, especially Abuso come for oma hijacking aban bia. And you see, the reason why they do that and they say, so omo ye sanom de want to aban so, omo de want to aban so, and then they get to do what they want to do. Into businessmen, and now the type of businesses that what Ghana abuse here, taking a lot from us as Ghanaians as spare parts dealers in Ghana. And I feel say, yani politicians no, yani government no, yani Ghana for na yama spare parts dealers we take the advantage of us. Car spare part is not a necessity. Senka your public transport system no, stronger. Car spare parts, it's not a necessity. But the reason why today car spare parts are a necessity in say our public transport system from Titino has never been strong. And into car spare parts business, another kind of business. They are taking advantage of the system. Now, the Wubia Beto politicians so and created this notion say without them a political party cannot win power. Now, 2 days ago, me beka se mi kire mo efa eye abose kan for strategy bia de bia omu use. I'm talking about spare parts dealers. Strategy bia de bia omu use a omu de den omu de edupi Ghana for from the port so baby a omu ankasa eton mo nyoma. If you know the profit margins as spare parts dealers we omu make here and Ghana for so spare parts dealers raise issues about VAT and nobody should listen to them. So when in profit margin they make so almost say ejuma omu yeno mu nyamfa so anka omu nyina nkoma tutum. Ka obekwa abuso kan na ka stores 5 pe. De bi omka che say Nigeria for na je ejuma na ye enso bekọ no mu ye ejuma. De bi omka che say Chinese for je ejuma na ye so de bi obekọ ejuma. De bi omka che say omu sika ahye enso de bi omka nyoma. Ask yourself, then now still running businesses because they are taking advantage of the system. And you see, say and society we are no, they will take government for granted, they will abuse our tax system, they will be making money at our expense and without due respect. So bit on cocoa, so bit on tomatoes, so bit on yadwa, they are also part of the economy because doctor no onya inquiring. Driver no so ohia ko sedi technician so also ohia massa so everybody obi adwuma bi ahia. But you see yama abosio kan for ne spare parts dealers no, they have taken advantage of the system so much. Mam kan show if we are able to block the leakages spare parts dealers way or leaky omudi edi Ghana sika, the amount of money we will make as a nation, you'll be shocked. Our profit margins are like 300%. I'm telling you. Now, I'm going to devise another plan B and they want to start it now. Massa, so I was so kind for you now, but 20 years this year. I don't care. Yeah, so some will swatch check. And I was so kind for one 20 year Ghana. Every sector biano, omomotonya mano, omosu here, the abaymbua, omina dimraso. So I was so kind for they are not exceptional. And I'm going to tell you something today. Oh, that in sensemi abeya. Omo person mo create impression me to say, abino, VAT be from no. It is because they don't want to pay their VAT. Oh, guta. Well, guta. GRA failed to engage us before proceeding with the implementation of the new tax rate. Omo boa. Abosu kan for strategy bi. Makaje se me be ye expose bi. Na dey na me expose no. Sa guta to Abosu kan leadership no. Ghana for mo be chase omo out of the nation. Here you see Guta. The leadership of Guta obia ye importer. All of them, they import spare parts. The leadership of Guta, omo nyina was shop Abosu kan. 99% of them, omo kranyoma. It is a study. Every time biana they want to dupe us, no. Abosu kan for baby bia, they will go through Guta, and Guta will lead the charge because Abosu kan on its own is not that powerful. So because the leadership of Guta, no, omo enyina shops ewa Abosu kan, they are making so much money, no. What they do, they say they go through Guta and they use that to suppress the government. Send your beya. Their quota, their taxes that they have to pay, no, because they don't want to pay, no, they quickly make Guta lead the charge. And so technically, the same Abosu kind store owners and Guta nano, and they are championing their own interests. Mumianko Tie and the Abosu come for a press conference. I will explain something to you.
Part of the solution. Their involvement is crucial in finding a fair and effective system that supports Ghana's development rather than burdening traders and consumers with this obnoxious tax. We demand that GRA halt the task force that they have formed and engage in meaningful talks to address implementation challenges because we don't want to have any confrontation with the task force. And we are prepared to face them squarely. Our business. We call on the government to intervene and ensure GRA works collaboratively with traders to achieve a fair and effective tax system. We urge the government to act urgently, protecting traders and promoting compliance and fostering Ghana's development. We believe our concerns will receive the utmost attention that it deserves, and we look forward to a constructive dialogue with the authorities. Thank you for coming. Part of the solution.
So they had a press conference, and on a press conference, you know, they know what can say. They are saying, say, Tio, a tax, a implementation na, a VAT, no, almost say a GRA failed to engage them. But you know, GRA I engage Abosu Kan Guta. They have had several meetings on record. You know why they are doing this now? They are doing this now because they know, say, they have to open their books. Now, I'm sure you see this. Almost say, do not return old VAT books to GRA until a resolution with GRA is reached. Do you know the books? And Abosu Kan Guta for catch Abosu Kan for say. I can't say Guta for no. They all have shops at Abosu Kan. They are telling Abosu Kan workers say, Yashembra or Ghana, ya the officers about Abosu Kan say, Obiambia bukum, near here VAT awechano, Omo aya Guta for them Abosu Kan for no one and say, Mamma be VAT booking when GR4. Until GR4 aye the Omo pay. Oma go to a resolution. What is the resolution about? The new VAT system is there. A young kid can understand the VAT system. They know. Now, one VAT system, now say, and I wouldn't your baton. TMA. Yeah, the new VAT tax system aba. What's the one tier? But you are selling into Nyomana Wotono, saying now what they are buying. It's a question you people need to answer. You people are saying, say, you don't understand the new tax system. So I want the new tax system. How are you selling? Or VAT now, which are the same? who try 4% and also who try 20%. My usual book him say 4% and you say who use old system no. Now the old system no, in law does it exist? And in the new system no, say we try my usual say won't try adentina what tongue goose I won't try. These are simple questions we need to be asking Guta. And what they do then they say, I know for a fact, and see, some number ready, so letter the show, Abra GRS smart 3 officers, someone called Abuso Kain, and call check omo VAT books, omo tax books. On Sunday, they are bold to tell Ghana for, and ho, these people are telling Guta for, they are doing the bidding for Abuso Kain for because Guta and penny for the omo kranyoma, omo shops for Abuso Kain. So what they want to do is say, they don't want to open their books because VAT no omuntia. So everything they bring to Abuso Kain, 100% profit goes to them at the expense of government. Now, I'm sure idea be. Almost a system, the new system, I'm sure idea. Now, let's start from here. Me and breakdown do ha. The VAT system for Abuso Kain spare parts dealers has recently changed under Ghana's Value Added Tax Act 2025 Act 1151. The calculation works differently now compared to the old flat rate scheme. First, not almost be a friend old flat rate. Abuso Kain for they are not being honest with Ghanaians. May expose this for no more Abuso Kain. They are good ones, but they are more criminals for Abuso Kain. And those criminals, they are in Guta. Now, old system, this is how it worked. Before 2025 reforms, and to remember, right now, no, we have the 2025 reforms. The old system does not exist. And some questions say, if you don't understand the new system, are you now applying the old system or you are applying the new system? And if you are applying the new system, let us see. Maybe because you don't understand, you have done it in a way whereby we can correct it. Now, if you are applying the old system, a dear receipt the kutao, book ben the kutao, VAT book ben the kutao, because every VAT book you hold now, it's holding the new system. It has the new system in it. In Tuntumi Kancham say, you are at Abuso Kain today, you are still implementing the old system because it is out. We have brought in a new law. So I also want a new system that's here. Nyoma moton 2025 besin deno. A dear system na mudi VAT. You want a resolution. Abose Okain, obi se nya Abose Okain. Abose Okain, Abose Okain. Abose Okain for you people think say you Jimmy. Now the old system no Abose muntie me Abose for. Thank you very much. Who is it? Nkrumah. Abose Okain. Now the old system, spare parts dealers paid a flat 4% rate on sales. In the old system, no mutual flat rate 4%, which is the VAT no. The muna na ewo dada no na a 4% flat VAT rate. Now example, if an item costs 500 Ghana cedis, VAT was 20 Ghana cedis because of the 4%. So making the final price 520 Ghana. It is old system no. So I to idea be buy na say 500 Ghana. Utia 4% flat rate na. Now to be ton idea no 520. It was straightforward. And you charge our system nimu. And I did a new VAT system aba. Abuso Kain was on Tiasia. Mamma they are liars. Good affording in our cranyoma. Almost stores Abuso Kain. They are taking a lot from the pot. They are stealing from us. Now let's go into the new system. Now in the new system, you see this. The new system. New system, current regime. Dealers now charge the standard 20% VAT on sales. Example, the same 500 Ghana item now attracts 100 Ghana cedis VAT, making the final price 600 Ghana cedis. First, now a 4% flat rate. Now, the VAT system, the new rate, about the 20%. Inti say auto identify 500 Ghana the bar. now we are 20% VAT, it will go to 100 Ghana. Eba become now 600 Ghana. Now, however, unlike the old system, dealers can now claim import VAT deduction. In that, say ukoton ade na say wo de wankasa wo de to so a na wo te VAT free mu a, you can sell it at a price you wankasa after what VAT you can still make your profit. Now, this means they can subtract the VAT they paid on import or purchases of spare parts from the VAT they collect on sale. Into omoton ade na ombetube deduct VAT any sa sika no mutua no port no omu wi a de omankasa ton ade no, then they'll get their profit on it. In practice, this reduces their net tax burden since only the value added portion is taxed. This is a simple system and not too complicated. To make it easy for you, look at this. To make it very easy for you, let's do a breakdown here. Now, import stage. Mechao from time and yomana bedu, ya import yaba, abedu port, na abedu shopper, ye tong. They understand this process, but they are not paying VAT. They are liars. Now, dealer import a gearbox for 400 Ghana cedis. In Tiafan say dealer will import a gearbox 400 Ghana abedu. Now, at the port, VAT is 20% of 400 Ghana, which is 80 Ghana cedis. So total cost to dealer is 480 Ghana. So the normally bedru porter VAT na 20% no at the 80 Ghana ababet count. In Sia no adiano koto no ako 480 Ghana. Now, that 80 Ghana is input VAT. Straightforward. Because 20% VAT na yedibe toso no and the massa 80 nibe toso into a input VAT. This is straightforward and it is normal all over the world. Now, the second stage, dealer sells the gearbox for 500 Ghana cedis. Now, output VAT is 20% of the 500 Ghana, which is 100 Ghana cedis. Now, customer pays 600 Ghana. That is 500 plus 100 Ghana. That is what the customer pays. Now, net VAT payable to GRA. Sika saying na eye nipa na okofa nyoma ne buy ne gearbox ne buy no dealer no or ton or de ma GRA. Now, output VAT is 100 Ghana. Input VAT, it is output VAT minus input VAT. That will give you 80 Ghana cedis. That is the 20%. Now, dealers remit, and I say dealer no, they a batch 20 Ghana cedis to GRA, not the full 100 Ghana cedis. Because the 100 Ghana cedis, 20% of the item you brought. The 20% in amount 100 Ghana cedis, meaning it's only 500 na, at the end of cost na, about 600. Oti VAT free ma. You are not paying the 800 Ghana cedis to GRA. You are paying only 20 Ghana. The 80 Ghana comes to you. I don't know anything that is so complicated about this. Right now, Gutafo abegina ho say tax system na abano abose okanfo ntiase nti omo say omo woni omo dealers omo abose okan say supervisors na ye de omo abano omo ba omo nyom fansie ni. How can abose okanfo etumia press conference na omo ka kire enkofo a omo abose okan say enkofo ne ba se omo ba beji omo books ahwemu a omo ni omo fansie ni. This is what Guta is telling Abosokan dealers to do. Guta and the Guta catch Abosokan because all that GRA is saying in the say some new tax system we are see let us see because obiato ade wo Abosokan I will say yet tax receipt mano adentina momma GRA for officers no enhwe mu book nim. Do you know what they do? Abosokan for 90% omoma VAT receipt. That means to say, a debi omoton wa Abosokan no 100% ekobubotom omuntua bibia ma aban. The moment a aban bebusa questions no say yebetu etiawo. Enti for a long time Abosokan for omuntua VAT. Abosokan for there be intimidating political parties. Yani ya Abosokan for samoba Abosokan for omunti ho. Majority of the woman to about Abosokan but they have created some impression to aban any aban team say so we are the pema they have hijacked the governments. But this thing has to change because here to mintina krom na abaye edi koko rechi abaye edi bayire rechi abaye edi imoli rechi na yeti eyeden receipt momo VAT momo na aboso kaifo akofa millions and millions of eyeden spare parts. Na omo dia ba begu aboso kan, they don't want to pay VAT. E krobe na akoti ya guta etumi ka kire dealers say GRA esma the officers say omo books ma you have to stand up to them. Where the government needs to send a military to aboso kan. Abandon and release police for them. We need to demand. I was say omu bi omu nkratem omu nyina ye hwifo 90% of omu bi adwuma aboso kan ye hwifo. So omu nya hwifo mo nya akromfo a yate mo asem mo se mo per resolution. Na say you start your buying way, you start your fee way 2025 mo kra nyoma sa be do 2026. Old system that means every single person has a new VAT book in their shops. Moma yenshe books na dodo amati. Na mo apply ni saying. Ye wia ni ehu say in fact mo tiase na mo tiase ansana mo ni GRA betna table ho. You don't want her to see the book, meaning you don't pay your taxes. Abose okan for mo ntiom taxes. Now from what I just showed you, Mama Chiro, unim the AC. Oh, I do when I'm the chiro. The third one I'm the chiro. Say, oh, sorry. Say, who analyze it again carefully. The new tax system, no. The more you increase your price, the more taxes you pay. You see, the more you increase your price at your shop, say, your VAT percentage goes up. That is why aboso kind for they don't want to show us their books because omukofa nyoma no abro so muton nyoma no 1,000 Ghana no, they are selling the thing for 3,000 Ghana. Now so uton adene 3,000 Ghana also ti receipt my customer no. Now 3,000 Ghana no 20% no own person obetua ma buying. Because you see they have a strategy of hijacking their prices. Omutu omunyoma nim. Now, the more they have to pay more VAT. Now, because they know said they are duping the customer, because almost taxi drivers, almost truck drivers, almost air transport owners, you know, what they want to do is say, almost receipt. I was say and community receipt every customer. And then they be how almost pricey omunyoma ewabuso kind. Because you cannot tell me say yababu so kind. One shop is selling gearbox for 10,000 Ghana. Another shop is selling gearbox for 25,000 Ghana. And the 10,000 Ghana and the 25,000 Ghana, when you take their receipt, they are all paying 20%, but they are all turned to 25,000 Ghana and OTIA less their VAT. That is what they are trying to prevent. Inti, they need to advocate to say the tax system, no, the VAT system needs to apply. Because you see, your uncle hijack system, no. Into the more they increase, no, because the more you increase your thing, your nyomano, oboha, omashada ba, omo click, and I'm about to get a say, but to your manim, into omutuma, omo receipt. Sanka every customer, kwabo so kind of demanding receipt, and kabo de beso so kind, because the more they increase their stuff, no, they are going to pay more taxes, and until they don't want to open their books. The moment they open their books, you know how much they are selling. And because they are not giving receipts, no? Because you see, so are there at a reasonable price. You don't care giving receipt because the 20% VAT rate, no, it will apply. And we will see, say, okay, your interest or your profit was marginal. Maybe unya 200 Ghana or so, unya 1,500 or so. But because on person abaybe who say unya 10,000 Ghana, one product to swa, 20% VAT rate channel, on my abaybe the books. Into trick in say, good for now would aboso kan for him sad demonstration we no omo no shops wa aboso kan omo no kra nyoma ba me do obi tax number ba be kire me do omo nyina tax identification me ba be kire nyoma omo kra their names on documents now fe wo why they are hijacking the government development. Inti say o Ghana Now what to say? Aboso Kanfo say they were not engaged, they are lying. 90% of Aboso Kanfo omo eden Aboso Kanfo omo ti eye TV so demonstration omo boa, they are taking advantage of us. So also TSC, the strategy is simple. The more we increase your prices, customers, the more you need to pay VAT to GRA. And because they don't want GRA to know, say they have increased their prices and they are stealing from the customers, they don't want to bring out their receipts. Because a textbook, and you know the strategy they do, Mamika even show. Now we'll say, oh, Tadia, Ubusa receipt. I'll say, oh, receipt near train. No, Oma 2018 receipt be no their brow. Obi to be ba on a GRA4 book in my now on one store no we printing receipts. Now also Kevin Taylor and Sons Auto Spare Parts PO Box 38 price no atro no assign no atiamo enye VR there enye GRA there. They create their own personal receipt. They don't use the books.
Yeah, into Kevin Ekwabadu Taylor. And a widening, waiting as will be a Diego MPP for a swan. Dimiamica Kevin Tier Ubicana Sem Oyinya Miama. Tanya Kevin Ekwabadu Taylor and Kakruma MPP 4. A bidding trash the Ghana for Papa. Tanya Kevin and Kakruma MPP 4. A Bema Ghana for a Felisa Omukwana yet said in answer for. But Kevin Ekwabadu Taylor since Ure Trinity or Ghana politics me. Obwa Ghana for bebre. Obwa Ghana. In fact, Obwa Ghana. Torana MPP for a deal. Oba no Oba beding. Oba be trajanda nimu. Sebi in Semano Muka. Edigu NDC for so. I ain't no quarry. Oba no be example. No confati in sem Abba. No be compared to the current one. Bunse na MPP for omuni eden etwa all enti Kevin de bia me ka kire NDC for so owura no yobi a asset of the nation youth no asset wama youth no wabie yani wama yehu niema wama ye ni ede wama yehu niema enti wo se so no muye we have to hold him in a high esteem because owura no waboa Ghana papa because obi aboa Ghana Kevin Ekwabadu Taylor baako nipa baako aboa Ghana ko iji kwa nkuma firi hɔ a he is one of them nkofo modern Ghana waboa Ghana with in insights with his investigation and in the political analysis and political talk show every evening biano se ketisa enkakuru MPP for ton Ghana dida and can be before any NDC for no binum, and before any NDC for binum. Aton again, Eddie. Now I say NDC forward by more, MPP for binum advantage. I'm telling you, MPP for binum advantage. South Sudan NDC forward by more, MPP forward by more, NDC for binum so, any advantage. Into whatever it goes, there are some people be a Omunia by Mukrana the benefits. There are some people be a even when they are in opposition, they benefit from the governance or for the government. But the next uncle phoning now, a year can tell a buy. And some of us say, any near more dear go any house, see any man, any who are woman now. A woman to me, and no more in opposition, and as a woman to me, and your man no more you. What I say, and tis a woo, a Ofosu Nkansah. Only evidence. Only evidence. Ukwatina sumpa afidie kakraka sei na o make allegation on say Kevin bo video no wo hwe nanim duru ba bia udimi so wura we he stuck with him no can he doesn't have evidence, he doesn't has evidence to what he's saying, but ayeni say obe exaggerate obe wonu nani aka nsem In fact, we be trying to aban we so because of say na aban position, because of say no position, he is not been able to what being part of this governance. And I say onye the undowngraded this government. On far ban we into cheskeling, on far ban we more cheskeling. That is the only thing. 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 Oh, Ofosu Nkansah. Why not use obey Ghana? I think Kentisa and Kasama Okan. So see, presenting beside us, we sing of phone was seeing minimum cophobinum ho. I be a no my imagine say they will not be able to now only and the other can be reduced yet. Okan 7 so we no dance near. And only can reduce so. Ye kwatena baby kitwa bi ne yaka ne ye fa ehodi ne ye kɔ baby and no approach, no evidence. But beto amansantin tankasi mu so bia hu de ekoso e wam di sapa mu wo breko an uni evidence automatically you have caused a huge problem for yourself. Automatically some of us, they are not going to leave you, and they will make sure say some na wakan you will be testified, and some na wakan ba baby yano. And some na wakan baby yano. But we yes na say when evidence na che say uni dance die oh wan kasa won se won anti Kevin Taylor nyame shira say wa bana wa baby review to the whole Ghanaians na isi hu de eko akupa onyo kese abusua kira wadwen comment section makraw. Bye bye.